Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be testing Final Fantasy 15, the full game, on the GeForce GT 1030. For performance monitoring, I'll be using CAM. If you want to download the software, there's a link down in the description. So Final Fantasy 15, the full game, I'll be doing 1080p, 900p and 720p. To skip down those sections of the video, check the description below. So well, first of all, I'll do 1080p, targeting 30 frames per second. So I used the lowest settings and I overclocked the GT 1030. Unfortunately, that was not enough to maintain constant 30 frames per second. The game drops below 30 pretty much all the time, especially when you are just fighting. Then I do the same on 900p, I keep the GT 1030 overclocked and the settings on the minimum possible. But this time around, I'm able to maintain 30 frames per second pretty much all the time. There might be a few drops to 28, 27 FPS here and there, but nothing major. The game is completely playable. And finally at 720p, I disable the overclock on the GT 1030 and I crank up the settings a little bit on a mix between low and medium. Plus we stay at 30 frames per second way more often than 1080p, but we get better graphics overall. But now I'm going to talk to you about the options menu and my experience testing this game. So in the options menu, the options that I recommend lowering in order to get better performance, first of all, are all the NVIDIA GameWorks features, Hairworks, VXAO, TurfFX, Shadow Lives, all that kind of stuff, just turn it off. Then we got lighting, which in the game says it controls lighting, which is a very poor description. I saw this option also controls the screen space reflections. If you select low, screen space reflections are disabled, so if you want to have any reflection at all, just keep it on medium. Then also shadows and ambient occlusion is a big performance hit, and the model LOD option is as well. And I didn't use the assets option in any of my videos. That's the high resolution pack, which are the high resolution textures, which is a separate 63 gigabytes download, which I don't recommend. It meant constant stuttering. Even on a GTX 1080 Ti, I got that problem. And motion blur is also a performance hit. And well, this so far ran very similar to the demo. I didn't see much of a difference at all. When visiting the same areas as the demo with the same settings, I got pretty much the same performance. So you'll see the demo running better in my previous videos because it's not the same area as here. This area is much more demanding. So I'll show you two areas. First of all, it will be a place with a lot of foliage, trees, and a lake with reflections close by, with many enemies on screen. It will be some creatures, then some robot soldiers, and you'll see when the fighting happens, a lot of effects, a lot of NPCs on screen. So there will be some stutters here and there in that area. And after that, I show you a city. It's a very urban area, but just running around there, I saw some CPU usage spikes, so the city seems to be more CPU bound. Just to show you two places that caught my attention the most in the performance side. And the game still has some stuttering issues. Most of them that I saw were more CPU related on the city, but also hard drive related. I recommend having at least at 7200 RPM hard drive or an SSD in order to have as little stuttering as possible. But the stutters happen the most when you're just loading the game for the first time. So when you just launch the game, expect around 20 to 30 seconds of stutters, then the game will be just way smoother. It seems to be just loading new assets. But in order to get 60 frames per second, you probably need a modern i5 or a Ryzen 5 processor with some overclock, since when there's a lot going on, a Ryzen 3 1200 with a 3.9 GHz overclock doesn't cut it. But this game is also very demanding on the GPU, so keep that in mind. Still, I was expecting much worse than this considering how it ran on the consoles. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you keep enjoying the video. Thanks for watching and see you next time.
I want to ride my chocobo all day. Can't get it out of my head. I could eat a horse. thing I need now. Eyes peeled, mouth closed.
Let's be done with this riffraff.
Brilliant. No big deal.
No holding back.
Okay, Becky? I'm fine.
The Prince of Pain.
Yep. Oh yeah. Man, that hurts.
Another headache. This is not normal.
Imperials above us! Thanks.
We're outnumbered. I propose we take them out one by one.
Could you propose a way to finish this faster?
That's crossing the line.
My hand slipped. Farewell. Everything cool?
No problems here.
Was that perfect or what? I'll give you that.
People actually ride here all the way from the Chocobo post. Must
Remember, just as things are.
Easy as they come.
Let's be done with this riffraff.
Nothing to it. say.
Watch where you swing that thing! Rolling together now.
How about this?
That wasn't so hard.
It takes two.
Whoa. That calls for concern.
Ignis! Don't be late. Doesn't the power of kings wear you out?
Kinda.
Knocked. Overhead.
I'm going all out.
Just don't get too carried away.
You're one to talk. They won't know what hit them.
Right here. The Prince of Pain.
Yep. You said it.
This sounds like you're having fun.
Imperials above us!